Hello everyone, welcome to the Furiously Curious Kids channel. I am Preeti here and I am going to show you the technique of learning how to read and write the English language. This is how you will be able to teach your child how to read from the four walls of your home. These COVID days, every parent around the world is confused. They are worried if the school is doing enough for their children. They are worried if their children are learning enough. They are concerned and they wonder if they can do something within the home from the confines of the four walls of their house to help in the growth and the development of the children. Of course, yes, there is lots you can do from your home. This is what I am going to show you in these modules. And if you happen to belong to that group of people who've always wished you had gotten a second chance at learning the basics of the language, that you were lucky enough to learn how to read and write the language once again, this is it. I am going to show you how simple learning English can be and how fun it is going to be. Join me, subscribe to the channel, and let's start with our English learning. The simplest techniques of learning how to read. The learning of any new language begins with the sounds of the letters in the language. The same applies to English as well. All of us know there are 26 letters in the alphabet. Now here are all the 26 letters. A to Z. We know that. But we have all named the letters as A, B, C, D, and A stands for apple, B for ball, C for cat. There lies the problem. That is the problem. That is why we cannot actually read new words, and that is why we can only read those words we have learnt by heart. I will tell you how. Now before that, there's something that I always make a mistake on. A, B, C, D, E, all of these are not alphabets. These are letters in the alphabet. A is a letter, B is a letter, and all of this together, A to Z together, is called the alphabet. It is not alphabets, it is alphabet. And the English alphabet has 26 letters. So, 26 letters and one alphabet. I always make a mistake on that. I hope you know that too. If you look closely at the English alphabet, you will find that there are 26 letters and we have learned that each letter stands for something. A for apple, B for ball, that is how we have learned. And we also know that there are 5 vowels and 21 consonants in the alphabet. This is what we have learned when we were in school, and this is where our learning, actual learning, has stopped. From there, we have learned spellings by heart. We have done dictations, we have learned spellings by heart, and we have used all those by-hearted spellings to read and write sentences. That is how we learn. But that is not how our children must learn. Every child should learn how to blend the sounds of the letters and read and write. That is where you and I are going to help them. In the alphabet, there are 5 vowels. We know that. A, E, I, O, U. So, A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels in the alphabet. And all the others are consonants. We know that. Now, when you start working with your children, a very good place to start would be the consonants. We can leave the vowels for later on. In the 21 consonants, I would again group them according to certain categories. These letters that you see on the board, I call them the standing men, meaning those men who stand like a stick men or the standing men. D, stick man. D, stick man. F, stick man. H, stick man. K, stick man. L, T. All of these letters shape will be like a stick and they are standing, and their characteristic is also like a stick. They do not bend. Their sound remains the same all through. They do not change the sound in different words. So, stick men, strong, sturdy, firm like a stick. Capital letter and small letter, they stay within the first 3 lines. They do not go down to the 4th line. Very firm, very, sturdy, stick men. So, now we will have a look at the sounds of the stick men. Let's start with B. One suggestion from my side would be, do not use the names of the letters, because in English, the letter names and the letter sounds are not the same. Maybe in your regional language, the name of the letter and the sound of the letter are the same. And that is why it was not all that confusing for us to learn the language. But English is not that easy. So, better for us to leave the names of the letters alone and take the sounds first. So, what is the sound of the letter B? How do we remember the sound of the letter B? How can you teach the sound to your child without making a mistake? Very simple. B for ball. We have learned that B for ball. B is for ball. B is for bun. B is for book. B is for bottle. Any of the word starting with B sound, you take the word in your mind and you start saying the name of the word. Ball, ball, b, b, b. So, there you get the sound of the letter B. As simple as that. B for ball. So, b. B, b. The sound of the consonant B, the sound of the letter B is B. Isn't that simple? Now, let's take the next letter. D. Now we know the technique of understanding the sound of the letter, right? You do not have to go to any class to learn phonics. It is very simple. D, D, D for dog. D for duck. D for drum. D for door. D for duck, drum, door. Dog. So what is the sound of D? D will stand for d. Just start saying a word with B, and the beginning sound that you make is the sound of the letter. So D for dog. So the sound of the letter D is d. Now moving on to F. F for fan. F for fan. So what is the sound of F? F says. Next we have H. H for hen. Hen. So the sound of H is. Next one, K. K for king. K for king. K king. So the sound of K is k, k, k. And we have L. L for lamb. L for lamb. Lamb. L, l, l. What's the sound of L? Lamb. Lamb. The sound of L is T. T for tiger. Tiger. T for table. Table. Tiger. So the sound of T is T, T, T. Now we know the technique of understanding the sound of the consonants. Very simple. Try with me. Let's do it once more. So, doing a recap. B, 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 d, 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 d. K, k, k. T, 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 t. Now we know the sounds of 7 letters in the alphabet. So, next class, next module, we will go and look at another 7 to 8 letters in the alphabet. This is enough for one day. So those of you who want to start working with your children, just pick out these 7. Don't show them all the letters. Don't get them to write the letters. Just take out these letters. Maybe you can write them on a paper and you can hold them up on a stick and say, these are the stick men. These are the stick men. And all these stick men are talking men. They have sounds, and B, don't say A, B, C, D. That is better. Just show B and say ball. B, 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 b. So you can draw a ball on the B card. And B, B. D will be D, D. K will be K. H will be F will be F. T will be T. And L will be L. So dear parents, have a fun time. Start working with your children. Don't wait for the schools to do this for you, because every teacher is doing her best. Trust me, I am a teacher. We are doing all that we can. But there are things and there are, modules that every child would need one-to-one attention. You would need to talk to the child to get certain things into the child. Talking to the child and working with your child one-to-one would always be better than showing them something on the screen. So, I have not used any teaching materials here. I have just talked to you. You can take what I have said and you can start talking to your children. Make it fun. Draw some images on the flashcards and keep the child interested and engaged. Next module, we will look at another 7 to 8 letters in the alphabet. Hopefully, in a week's time, we will complete all the sounds. If you have liked the module, if you think this module will be useful to you and your child, subscribe and share with your friends. Together, we can make COVID learning fun learning. God bless you all. Bye-bye. See you again. Till then,